Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I'm so excited to show you this build. I built a crater house and I had so much fun working on this build. You can here already see how I'm using the terrain tools to create a crater. So this is a crater from a meteor impact, and then there will be a modern house on the inside. You can here already see how I'm changing the depths, because at this point I noticed that it's a little too deep, and I was worried that if the crater is too deep, the house might be not as visible as I want it to be. So I changed this, and then I've just used the terrain tools to work out the shape of the crater. At first I wanted to build this in Strangerville because of the whole theme of the whole idea behind the pack, and there is a hidden lot which has a crater, so I felt inspired to build in Strangerville at first, but then I noticed that the terrain color, which is much redder, here it's more orangey, isn't perfect for what I'm going for, so I decided to build this in Oasis Springs. And also this is a 50 by 50 lot, and I really needed the space just for the terrain tools. The house itself is really compact, but I really needed all the space, as you can here see, to really create this crater. At this point it kind of looks like a spider or something, and I wasn't really sure if I liked it, but then later on when I just smooth out a bit, just some different areas, it really starts to look like a crater more, and I just had so much fun working on a modern but also more unique build because it's just a bit different. I saw a picture on Pinterest of a house in a crater which looked different though, and I thought, okay, I'm just going to create a crater and I'm just going to build a house on the inside. And I've used the tool mod in some areas, but for the round shapes, like the round pool for example, you can create all of this without the tool mod. I've just used it to create a round window facade, and also just in some areas to make my life easier, to just move some of the debug rocks into the terrain and stuff. But you could replicate this without the tool mod, but you would need it for the window facade. So if you want to recreate this without the mod, you would have to make some changes to the layout, but it's CC free and unmodded in the gallery. And here you can see how I'm starting to work on the inside of the crater. At some point I'm going to make the whole thing a little bit bigger. I did this off camera because the process was completely the same. Like here you can see how I'm like creating this round shape using a base game debug column, and I've used a base game rock just so I could lay out the shape. It's a guideline for me, and I'm using the Sims 3 camera and also Alt and the left mouse button to rotate this object freely. So as you can see here, you don't need the tool mod for this. You can create all these round shapes. You only need the base game for this essentially, like not for the whole build. I've used plenty of packs, but like in general to create something like this. I then finished the whole circle, and I decided that I would like to have an area which is a bit lower, and then I started to work on the pool. And I've used the pristine pedestal for this. If you want to do this using only the base game, or if you don't own Get Famous, you can use this white base game nightstand for this, which is also perfect. And after I had finished the pool, I noticed that there isn't enough space left, and I then made the whole circle on the outside a bit bigger. Just the same process, I just made it a bit bigger. Here you just saw how I've used the custom pool tool just to fill in the area, and this here is a base game debug object as well, just some type of flower bed, which is super cute, and it's really simple and easy. You just place it and you have your flower bed. You can create all kinds of round custom shapes, but this object is just really perfect if you want to place something quickly. You just want to, just as I'm doing here, just decorate it using some plants. It's just perfect. I've used plenty of cacti just so it looks like a nice desert build, and I've then combined round platform pieces to create a perfectly circular platform piece. At first I wanted to use armchairs to have like some type of round sofa, but the round shape was too small for this, and I then just decided to use a round table and some chairs. So this is an area where your Sims can just hang out and sit. And then I finally started to work on the house itself. And at first I wasn't sure how to do this and which shape I was going for, so I simply placed a room, and then I started to work on the round window facade using Twisted Maxie's tool mod, and then I just started to work out the shape of the house step by step, really. And I didn't want to interrupt this beautiful crater shape. I mean, I ended up interrupting it in one area because of the house, but I didn't want to have like some type of pass or entry going through the crater. So this house can be accessed by a underground hallway, so there will be some stairs in the back of the lot kind of hidden, and then your Sims will walk down the stairs, they walk through the underground hallway, and then they just walk up the stairs inside the house, and they're in the living area. And also it's kind of a loft. You might have seen this at the very beginning of the video. I'm going to build a bed up there, and it's like some type of loft situation, and it looks super cute. And here I've just used plenty of pristine pedestals from Get Famous and the Spade Stony Goodness slab to create a round roof. I had created my round window facade already at this point, and I just followed the shape of the windows to create this round roof kind of. And then I just started to fill in all the areas, all the gaps using more Spade Stony Goodness slabs, and then I was about to work on the top floor. At first I used the terrain tool just to hide the back of the build a bit. I've used some debug rocks from Strangerville for this, and I just wanted to make it look as if the house is kind of really built inside the crater, inside the terrain. So it does not have a perfectly circular crater shape anymore at this point, because I kind of destroyed the back of the crater using the house, but I figured it would look cool, and I just had to build the house somewhere. And then build a level on top using the lowest wall height. These windows are from Snowy Escape, and at first I only wanted this area to be just for skylights, so I wanted to remove the floor and then the light would come in, because as you just saw, I had raised the terrain in the back of the house, so I wasn't able to use lots of windows, and I wanted there to be some light on the inside, so I just wanted this to be some skylight area, so we would have some natural light on the inside. You can here already see the beautiful natural light coming in through the idle living glass floors. But then I decided to turn it into a loft, as I've already mentioned. So I used a floor piece to turn this into a loft. And in theory, this sounds very easy, but I was really struggling with this, because whenever I wanted to build a piece of floor, it would remove some walls, and it was just confusing. And here I was also struggling because I wanted to open up the floor to build some stairs. These stairs are leading to the underground hallway, so sometimes this game is really confusing when it comes to opening up floors to have some beautiful stairs and stuff. It then also removes the ceiling, and then you sometimes don't notice where it has removed a part of the ceiling. Really confusing. And here you can see how I've moved some pristine pedestals to the top floor, and I've then lowered them using the tool mod. So this way, some of these pristine pedestals are actually on the floor above, but when you look at the build from the outside here, it's perfectly enclosed with the pristine pedestals, so it looks perfect, but your Sims can access the pool because some of the pristine pedestals are on the floor above, and this way it's functional, but it looks perfect. And here you can see my struggle when I was working on the loft. It was just confusing me. It would move around my living glass floors, and I just had to figure out what to do. What's also quite confusing is using some ladders, because I decided to use a ladder for this and not some stairs. Then I noticed that I could build them in the center because this whole area was 6 tiles wide, and then I moved everything around, and here you can already see that it's like not enclosed anymore. Here I fixed it, and I then just built a bed on top. I wanted everything to be modern, also quite dark, so I've used lots of black and also white, so it just looks like the outside very modern. So it's like a really modern dream desert home. And I know the CRATER thing is kind of a bit over the top and different, but the house itself is really just really sophisticated, modern, minimalistic. I really like how the interior turned out. So here I'm working on the interior itself. You can here see that I had no idea where to build the kitchen at first, and on the right side there is a debug rock glitching into the house. I then decided to move this rock away from the walls so I would have a really clean kitchen layout. But on the other side of the house, where I'm going to work on the living room soon, there is a gigantic debug rock in the middle of the room, and I decided to embrace it like organic architecture, where a house is like built inside a mountain and you have like some exposed rock on the inside. So I decided to embrace it and to really leave it this way, and I think it's just beautiful because it's such a nice mix of the landscape and very clean modern architecture kind of. And I've used this spotty lighting stripe, which is supposed to be used for pools, I think, just so I could have a nice kind of line in between the kitchen floor and the wood floor. I then built some custom shelves. I'm still praying that the ladder is functional the way I built it. I'm going to play test this after recording this. If not, I'm going to turn it into the other direction. Ladders are confusing me. I was asking Sadie about this, and she said as long as you can place it, it's kind of functioning. Like it's really confusing, and ladders are a mystery to me. I'm rarely using them, and like I took a look at them because of this build, and I think we need some more swatches, layouts, designs, some more rustic ladders, some hyper modern ladders, some more minimalistic ladders. I feel like ladders are such a cool thing, and they're perfect for smaller builds or for some type of loft like this one, but we need more swatches, more designs, more I don't know, just more ladders kind of. And I'm saying that as a stairs fan. Like I prefer stairs over ladders, but we need more ladders to choose from. Here you can see the debug rock, which is glitching into the house, and I decided to use this area to just attach a TV to it basically, and I'm just working on a really modern living room area over here. I wanted to incorporate some plants, and I just love this mix of the plants and the rocks and this very minimalistic clean style. At this point, I realized that I had forgotten to include a bathroom into this house, and I had no idea what to do. I knew that I couldn't really expand the area up here. I also didn't want to sacrifice this beautiful area because I was really happy with the whole living room layout, so I decided to build it below the kitchen. So you saw where the stairs are kind of leading down, and there's just a really simple bathroom. That's it. So there is a bathroom, and you can here see it. So you just walk down the stairs directly next to the kitchen, and here you have a really spacious bathroom. I know it's not the best choice. Just building a random bathroom in the basement isn't the best choice always, but I was kind of running out of space up there, so I'm really sorry about that. But at least I added a relatively spacious bathroom, so your Sims have a bathtub and just anything. Here you can see the very long hallway, which is kind of the entrance to the house. And this video is slowly coming to an end. Thank you so much for watching. This build is available in the gallery. My ID is KateEmerald, and you can grab the tray files from my Patreon. And speaking of which, it's time to thank my wonderful Emerald Patreons. A huge thank you to ApeGod Betsy, Asia, Dawn Bryce, Rishka MD, Saturated Spark, Shanna McClem, Telena Lynn, Two Cats Tailoring, and Joanne Marie Xiao. Thank you so much for your huge support. Thank you to all my other Patreons. Thank you to anyone who watches my videos. I love you so much, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.